find a place where you're just going to start. And you may have already started, and you may have been lying down or seated or wherever as we played that beautiful daybreak song, to give the breath to the rising sun, to the day that follows and the night to come. So as I settle in and I close my eyes and I feel my body come into a position, lengthening out the spine as best you can, finding where do you put your hands? In this world of mudras, there are hundreds of them, and pretty much any finger you touch will be a different mudra. And any place you place your hands will be partly a mudra. Like if I take my hands and I cross my chest, or hands together at the heart, all of these mudras all are working on the energy system within your body, as are all the postures. And in Ayurvedic medicine, they call them the nadis, and there's 880 of them. And in Chinese medicine, they're the meridians, and then the 12 meridians then have another hundreds of points. I don't know how many meridian points and all the different points you can use. And then there are other systems too, the energy medicine that we've learned, that is the tapping. And they're all working with the energy of these certain points within our bodies, remembering that the body is just an energy field. And we're not, truthfully, honestly, with the new science, with the new physics, we're not solid beings. We've looked at matter as solid, liquids, gases, and plasma. And that if we look inside each atom, we see mostly empty space. And from the tiniest of things to the largest of things, so from the minuscule, tiny microparticles to the universe, are really all the same, made of the same stuff. And we are made of the stuff of stars. So just keep taking that in as you're navigating your life, and trying to put it in perspective of the truth of who we are, which is really light, because light and sound are the vibrations. And then embrace this time of year with so much light. Such a long day. And seeing that light, with all the changes in the weather, but as you watch the sky, watching the light of the sky change, and considering that inside of you, and that your own aura, your own shining light is always changing. And with that changing, we work with the changes that come with our stability. How do we stay stable, or actually see when we get off kilter, when we're not balanced, when we feel a little bit of a something that's pulling at our heartstrings in a way that we would like to calm it down? We use all the practices we can sometimes, and sometimes anxiety takes over. Sometimes there's a trigger, whether it be outside ourselves or inside ourselves. And trusting ourselves to be patient, doing the practices, the mindfulness practices, patience, the beginner's mind, trusting our intuition, trusting that the intuition, which can come from, the kinesthetic or the creative or the gut or the emotions or the inner voice, or that unity understanding, the intuition of unity. It's really an interesting way to look at intuition through the chakras. And then letting go. What does that really mean? Letting go comes into the word forgiveness. And that word forgiveness is how to forgive, how to hold forgiveness even for the unforgivable. We've been working with that for a long time with the metta meditation, working with the difficult person. So as we breathe gratitude through the heart in heart-brain coherence, knowing that for this period of time, it's such a powerful time that the Heart Math Institute and the care focus groups of the Heart Math Institute for heart-brain coherence are doing a global coherence for, I think it's 4 days. And we're part of that. So breathing gratitude, appreciation, caring, and compassion, as though you could breathe it through the heart and fill the heart with the visions of all the things you're grateful for. And it could be, or it could be one thing, and you could expand it into the light within the heart. And let that, you might consider the color of the heart in the chakra system is green. And you might consider that going out, in, down the arms to the fingertips, down to the toes, up to the crown of the head. And then inhale through the heart, exhale, an extended exhale. Inhale for the count of 7. Hold for the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 8. Then inhale to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Filling the 4 chambers of the heart with gratitude. Hold for a count of 7. Earth, air, fire, water, above, below, and that in the center, the number 7. And then exhale to the count of 8. Exhale all the way out. Open the mouth with a little whooshing sound. It's kind of like that ah sound, but you could just whoosh out. And what we found with these sounds is that it creates even more relaxation. Inhale for the count of 4. Fill the 4 chambers of the heart with gratitude. Hold for the count of 7, bringing in the earth, air, fire, water. And then north, south, east, and west, and above, below, and into the center. Exhale for the count of 8. Just a balancing, and with a whooshing or an ah sound. Ooh. And then continue for 2 more of these repetitions. Inhale. Fill the 4 chambers of the heart. Hold the breath for the count of 7. Using that count to take your energy and spread it into all directions. And then whoosh it out. Like the river of air. One more time. Hold at the top of the breath. Exhaling. Comfortable, steady breath with an extended exhale. Inhale, exhale the extended exhale. Notice where you place your hands. Notice what the fingers want to do, if they're guided to press each other in one way or the other. Feel the composure of the moment and know that this breath pattern and this understanding of stability, the trusting and the composure, the being able to forgive both ourselves and the unforgivable of the others, perhaps, or of, someone during history. And just holding that in an amazing composure of the essence of who you truly are, which is a beam of light. And the composure that we need during this really shifting time. And at this shifting time, with this composure, bring in the understanding of the veil. And the veil is used in many traditions. You know, that veil between the worlds, you know, the veils of you know, certain gods and goddesses and even Mother Mary, the veils of that, her veils, and then the veil when you're married, and you know, using the veil as symbolically changing, making a change, you know, seeing through a veil, you know, so the veil, and you might see, what does it bring up for you? You know, do you have an image? Is something going on there? The veil is thin right now. Even having these days that never end, it seems like this, as it continues to get dark at the end of the day, there's this interesting veil of light. For me, there's even a very thin veil between anxiety and no anxiety. You know, COVID times, this kind of elusive, kind of invisible yet visible. Bringing these colors in as this, I feel this necessity to look at the new rosary, the 12 aspects of deity in the new rosary. And then there's also the 12 recovered strands of DNA that all have color and a place in the body and meaning, and they're related to the 12 chakras. Bring the fingers together and press all the fingers together and the thumbs to your heart as we light up the first 7 of them. Blue, the sapphire, yellow, pink, white, green, ruby colored, and violet, the 7 of them. Divine will, divine wisdom, divine love, purity, ascension, illuminated truth, divine grace, transmutation, freedom, transition, forgiveness, divine magic, and divine ceremony. Then bring your thumbs to your third eye, and those were just the first 7 of the 12 the 12 powers or connections with the new 12 solar strands of DNA, and also the new rosary and the 12 aspects of deity that are connected to these new 12 chakras. The thumbs at the third eye take us to imagination, inspiration, intuition, and integration, which allows us to integrate this new information in this new vibration of the 5th dimension, or the 5th vibration, or the 5th rising up from a line to a square to a cube to a bridge between the two as we tap the top of the head. And the color is violet, opening up to aquamarine, magenta, gold, peach, and opal. So this channel of the soul star chakra, the universe chakra, the galactic chakra, and the divine matrix chakra above our head amazing new information being integrated into the 21st century. You know, yoga, 10,000 years old, always evolving, 7 chakras until now. The veil is thin, moving into this age of Aquarius, 1,000 years of peace, love, and harmony. So bring that into your heart. Then bring your hands to your heart, namaste. Ancient, hands together at the heart, an ancient way to say hello, goodbye, I see you. You know, I see you. I know you. You are me, I am you, we are one. And that is where we sit as we enter this sacred time from Juneteenth and the explosion of gender neutral, the explosion of understanding our individuality and how we do have choice, understanding and acceptance of all beings and all of humanity in all of its differences. Namaste, I see you, I know you. You are part of me. I am you, you are me, we are one. And just let that fill your heart as you honor yourself. I honor myself, I honor I'm taking out time to do this practice, and that this is a sacred practice. And on this period of time, this little time during the year, along with a lot of other, great moments, the solstice, the summer solstice. Then take a deep breath in and sigh it out. And if you're not used to making that sound, work it. Feel the vibration up there in the throat chakra. Sigh it out, or whoosh it out. So you let a little bit of energy out through the voice, and then letting go of whatever posture you're in. You might be lying down, and that's where we're going to come. If you were seated like me, I always have to lengthen out my legs, take out the cushion, bring myself back on the mat. If you're lying down, just wiggle and roll the feet, point and flex the feet, roll the ankles, whatever is there. So you can Google those 12 aspects of deity, or you can, look at also, you could Google the new understanding of the rosary, if that relates to you. And you can also look at the 12 solar strands of the lost DNA, if you're curious at all about any of those things. And then there's the 12 chakras. And it's just kind of interesting that they all come forward at this time. So with that, as if you need blocks around, or if you want a restorative practice, always have blocks or a firm cushion. Again, you can use couch cushions, you can have bolsters, you can have folded up blankets, whatever you have. It's Monday, and we're going to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday practice where we stand a little bit more on Wednesday. And on Monday, we sort of get warmed up and we kind of collect ourselves from the weekend. Whatever happened on the weekend. And I could feel the energy of all the things happening. So pull the knees in and just notice what's happening in your own body. Breathing and relaxing. Then roll the knees in a circle and take a moment to recognize the sacrum and that part of the body, that triangular fused part of the body that tells us something about our evolution. And also, it's this kind of spot that has this sacroiliac joint that sometimes really takes the weight of the body as we are working with the different ways we use the body, and sometimes can get really tight in there. So then pull the knees in, open the knees wide, still again, waking up those feet, rolling ankles, pointing and flexing toes. Again, if you have any kind of little bit of neuropathy that's starting in your feet or has been in your feet, Pointing, flexing, rolling ankles is one of the best things you can do all the time whenever you think about it. Then you decide, do you want to lift your head and look through the legs? This is reclined frog, opening the arms up, welcoming and understanding and honoring the amphibians. You know, they sometimes are one of the most sensitive animals to all the poisons that we're working with right now from human activity. You can lengthen out the arms and takes a little bit more and squeeze at the pelvic floor. Then head comes down, arms and legs into the sky, and we just shake it all out. Then again, roll wrists and fingers and again the toes, and just take note of anything that you're sensing or feeling. Ooh, reach up with the fingertips, point the toes, and then those of you who want, lift the head up. Just holding for a moment and then pull the knees in. Deep breath in and out, let it go with a sigh. And then feet flat on the floor, knees come side to side. And just take note, noticing places that are tight, noticing the places that need loosening. Lengthen out the legs and reach the arms above the head and stretch and hold and stretch from the heels of the hands to the heels of the feet. And if you have a yawn in there, allow yourself to yawn. Otherwise, just stretch the face by opening the mouth really wide, squinting the forehead, stretch the face, and then relax. Bring the feet flat on the floor. Arms down by your sides. This is where you make the choice of a restorative posture. You can bring the sacrum up onto a block or a cushion or a folded up blanket or a bolster, or you can have the sacrum on the floor. And this is the bridge. Now you can just rest in the bridge if that's what your body's saying is to rest. But what this does is it forms this energetic bridge between the first chakra and the shoulders and the upper chakras to allow the second and third chakras to work. The second being your creativity and fluidity and going with the flow, and your third being the power center. And sometimes we need to support these two just to be in this list of things we want to bring forward. And also to add to that list, raising our awareness and hoping for the awareness raising of the world, of all of humanity. So I'm choosing a restorative posture today, but I'm not going to keep it static all the time. If you are going to the movement practice, then it's inhale up and exhale down and inhale up and exhale down. Or if you want to go to the static posture, you just lift up and you can walk the arms together, lacing the fingers and shoulders come together. I'm going to choose this restorative posture, and I'm going to take a moment and bring my legs up. So first the bridge and then the supported shoulder stand. Breathing and relaxing and feeling what's going on. Allowing what is. So, whatever you're sensing in your body, allow it. Then enjoy the moment of being alive and have gratitude for having this experience in a physical body, a spiritual being having a physical experience. And it's interesting what decisions we have to make in this physical body. Then lengthen out the legs and decide, can I bring one leg down and put one foot on the floor? If you're with me in the restorative posture, can I lengthen that one out and take my hands and just pull the other one in? Now, all those of you who are not using a block or cushion, you can just pull one leg in, and then you can decide whether you lift that right leg up. And then you switch sides and you lengthen out the other side, and you're just doing a little interesting stretch here. And if this doesn't work for your pelvis, the hip flexors or whatever your pelvis needs, then maybe you're flat on the floor and maybe you've chosen to do something else. And then with either a blanket, a cushion, or the block, you can always just see if it's okay to do this a little bit more extreme back bend by lengthening out the legs, but using the block or cushion or bolster or blankets. And your arms can be anywhere above your head, gives the shoulders a little bit of release. And you're just practicing. The practice is breathe, relax, feel, watch, and allow. And then enjoy and embrace that you are alive. Imagine in any posture, where does the light want to come out? And in this posture, my solar plexus and my second and third chakras are orange and yellow, and they're like going, yes, let's go orange and yellow, with the red down at the earth and make that peach color. I'm placing my feet back onto the floor to press into the feet and take the block out and slowly bring myself down. Lengthen out the legs and reach the arms over the head again to stretch as far as I can. Oh, yeah. And then exhale. And making sounds is always a good thing. Then feet flat on the floor again. And hands behind your head. You know the routine here. Either press into the back and release and just feel the flattened back onto the floor. Or lift the shoulders off the floor and exhale. And exhale. And look at the ceiling, shoulder lift. Engage if you want to, lift the feet off the floor into table position and engage the pelvic floor so that you're squeezing at the pelvic floor. Or that exhale, you're blowing it out or breathing it out. And you're just feeling the core of the body engage, begin to strengthen. Now, those of you who have done this in, let's say, the fitness classes, you might consider, how has it become a yoga practice as you bring extreme mindfulness into each movement and each moment? And you embrace yourself with light and love and shine the light out all the time. Imagine that you're just this light being. And this is so light filled that it takes no effort. Then hold the posture for a moment and just feel the shape that your body makes. Feel the strength that the body needs to hold wherever the arms are holding or the legs or wherever you've stopped. There's a lot of lessons to learn in holding a posture, and there's a lot of lessons to learn in fluidity. So bringing the knees in. Next piece is to cross over. So it can be as simple as, you're sitting on a chair and you're just tapping one knee. It can be you're on the floor or on a bed and you're just tapping one knee. You can bring the hands behind your head and lift up and do knee to elbow with an exhale on each side. Or you can bring the legs up and continue that. You can lengthen one leg out. Choices. Isn't it amazing and wonderful? We have so many choices. And sometimes it's hard to make the decision amongst all the choices. And then hold one side. And holding a posture, often we have to hold it together and have composure. We have to hold it. We have to hold the posture while something's going on that is a little bit of discomfort or even a lot of discomfort, and hold it on the other side. See if your body will do that. Lengthen out, however it is. Maybe your knees are, your leg is not lengthened. It doesn't matter. Choices. And then bring your knees in. Take a deep breath in and out. And we're going to rock ourselves up. And if that doesn't work for you, then roll over to your side and come up. And if you're seated in a chair, you can come and put your hands on the base of the chair as we come up to hands and knees. Okay. So trusting that you make the right choices on the mat is also that trust off the mat, that you're using all of your mindfulness skills to make the right decision, to trust your intuition. And at this time of solstice, I want to bring in these 7 different ways of intuition, types of intuition. And so as we just are moving the spine, the kinesthetic way, hold one direction. It's kind of like knowing in your bones, doing a body scan, a deep-seated level of comfort, finding the kinesthetic messages. And then that's the first chakra. It's like thinking from the first chakra, intuition from the first chakra. Then into the other direction on hands and knees. And the second chakra is a movement-based intuition. Is it, wavy, calm? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is it strong? Is it weak? Is it fluid? Is it moving? Is it a waterfall? Or is it a lake? Is it still water? And then pause. From here, we're going to do the 6 movements of the spine here. The next piece is to look side to side. So look over that right shoulder, then the left shoulder, the curves of the spine. And again, you can do this seated in a chair, up, down, side, side, twist, twist. You can do it lying down also. You can do it standing. The gut intuition, the third chakra, is about expansion and power and freedom. Like, how free do you feel? Is there some kind of intuition you have that would give you more freedom or expansion? Or what do you need to do to be fully in your power? And as we're twisting to the side, you can sort of feel that very core, that center, that a belly button area, a little bit there in the center. Now pause in one direction and look over to the side. Look back at your feet, but don't tilt your head down so that the curve of the spine is there. Then pause on the other side, curve of the spine. Go to your fists if you need to, if it's too hard or too much on your hands. Keep breathing and then come back to center. The next piece is to do a spinal twist from here, and you can do any kind of spinal twist, but I'm going to, work today with this 6 movements of the spine on hands and knees. And that is this cushion, and you bring that right elbow, right hand underneath, and you put the head onto and shoulder onto the cushion. Some of you have expressed to me that you love the one and you put your head all the way down on the floor and you're in the spinal twist with the shoulder on the floor. It depends how much support you want. Now, the block can work too, holding the head or the shoulder or both. The left hand can be free, or you're using it to hold you up. And we're twisting this second and third chakra. So I like to think of the twisting as wringing out everything that's holding us back from using the intuition of the first 3 chakras. Up on that side, and then lifting that left hand up, bring it underneath. And again, you can put your head and shoulder onto a cushion or a block or a blanket. And that right hand now is free to hold you up, or you can put it behind your back, or you can put it over your head. All the choices. Then back to center. Fold back into child. For some of you, that's a wonderful position. For others of you, you could say, if you're sitting in a chair, just fold over. You can also put a cushion underneath your feet. Above your feet. Sometimes people's ankles, you can't point your toes, and you put the cushion under that, or a blanket underneath the ankles. So what you're doing is knowing your body well enough to know, well, maybe child doesn't work for you. For some people, it's the essence of what they need to do daily. And then others is, what's this called? A puppy stretch. And puppy stretch can be done holding the head up with a block or holding the head up with your hands. And your elbows are on the floor, and it's what it is. It's actually a very nice curve, and it really is a nice feeling for the spine in my body. So you're just working with, what does your body say? So you can fold all the way back or not. And if you want to put this in motion, again, it's a choice. It's up onto the hands. I've been using the grippets lately for my wrists that's hurt a little bit. And you come up into upward dog, and here the heart shines open. And it's a deeper back bend. You press into the hands and the upward dog. And this is your emotional intuition in the fourth chakra. And then come back if you are so inclined, and then inhale up. And this is the empathic, the energetic cord to the heart for each decision, the love, the energy, the strength, the connection. And then back. And up. And back. And then come back to hands and knees, or if you're up in upward dog, you can go from there. It depends on your body. And tuck your toes behind you and come up to stretch the backs of our legs. Now the fifth chakra is vocal, or it's processing in writing. And that's the inner voice, the intuition of the inner voice. And it's stream of consciousness. It's talking out loud. It's processing something with a friend, talking on the phone. It's also like any of you who are writers, and solving or coming up with, like, what is the writing? What's gonna bring forth? We're gonna come to standing for just a minute as we press into the feet and come first into ragdoll. Then open the arms up and come up and up into the heart. Shake it out. I know our time is just flying. So just a tiny bit of the ha breath to keep opening that sixth chakra, the voice, the inner voice and the outer voice, where the intuitive voice can come through for you in this time of high energy, of this time of solstice, to shine your light even more. What is there that either holds you back or wants to be expressed? So the ha breath goes like this. You inhale up and your arms come down. You just ha, 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 ha. Last time. Ha. And then hook up. So you're not dizzy. This is third finger at the belly button, third finger at the third eye. And just reviewing a little bit of energy medicine, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Tap right at the forehead and then at the temples. I love and accept myself exactly as I am right now. I love and accept myself exactly as I am with all that is up for me, whatever it is. I love and accept myself right at the collarbone there, right below it. And this is for getting all the meridians to go in the one, in the right direction, and it kind of igniting the meridians. And then to the sternum, that's for the thymus gland, for our immune system. And then the first rib, this is spleen, pancreas, to metabolize all your food, your thoughts, and your air. Then to the adrenal glands, and you just sort of, tap them or slap them, that's for your kidneys, for the elimination system of eliminating all that you don't need, that's holding you back from whatever you need. And then smooth that out to calm those adrenals that are, working with this system to keep our parasympathetic nervous system. Then tap down the arms, and down the legs. Stimulating the lymphatic system and just sort of getting that fascia, shake everything out. Tap at the shoulders, the face, the neck, the head. You can always be seated when you do this if you don't want to stand up. And then just feel the vibration. And as you feel this vibration, inhale gratitude through the heart. And again, visualize the perfect new earth. What is the new earth? I'm placing my right hand on my heart, my left hand on my solar plexus. And I'm imagining the humanity living in peace and working with the earth, and the earth being at peace. And just coming to that place of resettling, of composure, you might say, of forgiveness, of stability, of awareness. And then bringing in this huge bubble of, we say hope, but see that there's always light in the darkness. And, good always prevails over evil. It's always like that. That seems to be a rule, a law of the universe. And we have to sometimes go through the vortex, go through the black holes to come out the other side into peace again. And imagine, just visualize it. This is the visions of the sixth chakra intuition. How can you make the visions? How can you use your dreams and either lucid dreaming or asleep dreaming to guide you? How can you draw your dreams, paint your dreams, dance your dreams? How does it come through in the visionary? Drop the chin to the chest and roll down the spine and come back down to the earth. Step back. Again, stretch the backs of your legs down onto the floor. And if you have a posture you need to do for a closing, then come into that posture. For me, usually it's Shavasana, but lately I've just loved this one that opens the shoulders. So I have this long cushion. You can have a regular bolster or any kind of cushions. We've done this a lot. It's Recline Goddess. It's one where I support my legs and my back, and I open the shoulders. And here I go to the seventh chakra and to the intuition of the seventh chakra, which is unity consciousness. And in unity consciousness, all is forgiven. All is forgiven. And when we don't forgive, there's sort of a weight on our shoulders. And that forgiveness can be for the tiniest of whatevers of things or the largest of things. And at the same time, there's a line between honoring and forgiveness and love, and just also honoring the parts of what's happening in the world that we want to change. We want to hold the vision, the new vision of the world, of humanity, and for the earth, the healing for all of us, because all is one. It's unity consciousness. And it's also silence. So come to some moments of silence. Let the vision and the understanding of the thinness of the veil come into your silence as you're able to take yourself outside your body to see your body lying here in either Shavasana or in some other posture, honoring the practice, being fully present with the moment. Feel the vibration. And then bring forward the opal, the color and the essence of what an opal is. And if you can see, it's semi-translucent. It has the pinks, the blues, the yellows, the oranges, the reds, everything is there. Some violet, everything is there, but it's translucent and it's a little mysterious as well. Imagine your body filled with that color. This is the color of the 12th aspect of deity. It's the color of the 12th chakra. It's the transfiguration, the transformation, and the transmutation. So imagine as you are looking at yourself from outside your body to the body itself as the essence of you, this opal essence, the opal essence of the physical body, and you merge them in this as you bring yourself back into oneness and expand with a new awareness of unity consciousness. You know what this means. You know how to walk the world in your life in unity consciousness, bringing the energy up to the 12th level. In the new 12 chakras, it's the divine matrix. It's the divine at the very top level of our aura, of our abilities to send out. Filling yourself with that opal color, bringing the hands together at the heart. Again, in this universal understanding that seals our meditations with this power of the arms, which brings it back to gratitude, back to universal prayer. back to Anjali Mudra, the heart mudra. Back to the center, the lower chakras and the upper chakras. Feeling and that opal color and shimmering out this light to the universe as we connect with all other beings that are working with heart-brain coherence or working with yoga at this time, or maybe Tai Chi or Qigong or meditation or prayer. In union with all, may we have peace, and may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. Taking a breath in and releasing that. Before movement, before getting up and coming back, consider if there's anything within you that needs to be brought outside of your consciousness and onto that place of the voice, or the writing, or the drawing, or the speaking, or the processing. All in the space of light and love, with the high energy of the opal color, of the 12th aspect of deity, of transformation, transmutation, transfiguration, and transition. Feel the transformation as you then consider rolling to your side and spending a moment in fetal posture to take yourself all the way back to the fetal, or honor all the babies in the womb, then up into mermaid position and just honoring all of what that the ocean brings to us, the water beings. And then finding your way up